This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com.
What's up, world? This is Alexander Playtime Woods of PlayTimeCares.com, giving you your full SmackDown recap. This one was for March 17, 2016, Cincinnati, Ohio. You had Jerry the King Law, Byron Saxton, and Mauro Ranallo as your commentators. They started off with a Raw recap of Roman Reigns returning and attacking Triple H, in which left Triple H having to get 5 stitches in his head and glass removed from his back. If you looked at the Instagram posters or the WWE.com poster, they was picking glasses out his back. Roman Reigns come to the ring and he kept it short and sweet. He pretty much says he was gonna beat Triple H a word, and just because he can, he gonna beat it again, and he gonna take the belt from him at WrestleMania. Kept it pretty much short and sweet. Then they did a Raw recap from 2 weeks ago when Chris Jericho attacked AJ Styles. And then they did a SmackDown recap of Chris Jericho burning the Y2AJ t-shirts in a trash can. Then they did a Raw recap from 1 week ago of AJ Styles coming back and attacking Chris Jericho. So AJ Styles was interviewed and said that, Y2J pretty much made things personal. He can't help it that the WWE Universe likes him and is cheering, AJ Styles so many times. He can't help that. Kevin Owens interrupt the interview and pretty much say, you remind me of somebody. Sami Zayn, you heard of him? So y'all always, personalizing stuff. It was like, oh, y'all can't. Y'all kind of make me sick. They traded some witty banter, and then AJ Styles said pretty much, look, I can't wait to face you tonight where you can open up your mouth and I get to shut it. In gist, that's not a quote. That's pretty much my interpretation of everything that he's saying. So you had your first match. You had Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz. This is a back and forth match that had potential at any moment to go to a good or a great match, but it really wasn't. It never made it. Super kick ended the night for Dolph Ziggler and The Miz. Dolph Ziggler gets a pin victory, 2 out of 5, just your average match. They did a Raw recap of Ryback beating up Sin Cara and then challenging Kalisto to the U.S. title championship for WrestleMania. So then they switched to the WWE.com exclusive of Kalisto saying it'd be an honor to actually wrestle Ryback at WrestleMania. So another match thrown into the mix for the U.S. title. Then they did a Raw recap of Brock Lesnar trying to get at Dean Ambrose that was talking in the ring at the time, and Dean Ambrose said, hey, come down. He pulls out a crowbar and won't allow Brock Lesnar in without hitting him. And then Mick Foley saying Dean Ambrose in the back and saying, you need to go back to your roots. Takes the crowbar away from him, throw it to the side, gives him a big red box. It ended up being that bat with the barbed wire wrapped around it. Then they start doing cutaways of Dean Ambrose, since it is in Cincinnati, that's Dean Ambrose's hometown. They start doing cutaways of Dean Ambrose talking about, places that he grew up in, just showing you places that he grew up and just saying how hard it was for him to grow up. And they mentioned that Jacqueline is the Hall of Fame, the newest Hall of Fame inductee. I'm still wondering. Nobody's told me whether or not on the WWE network if they show where Jacqueline kind of started the rated R WWE when they ripped off her shirt when she was over at the British pay-per-view and she did full frontal. Well, not full frontal. She went topless, and she kind of started that whole period of the WWE with the ladies. So then you had your second match. It was Bubba Ray Dudley versus Goldust. Of course, Devon was there. And pretty much the numbers game was too much. And, a distracted Goldust got pinned. And then Team 3D jumped Goldust, beating up on him. R-Truth come down and the crowd explodes. But, it's still 1-on-2, so he gets beat up. Then the Usos come out and the crowd's happy. And they run the Dudley boys out. Match is about a 2 out of 5. Then you had Charlotte in the call of 2-time Hall of Famer Ric Flair come down to the ring, and Charlotte pretty much said, look, I respect both of these young ladies I'm facing at WrestleMania. I watched them grow up, yada, 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 woo, woo, woo. Please come out. And then they both come out, and He was like, hey, when I met you, I told my dad that y'all were good people, and my dad said that y'all sound like the Horsemen. So um, I told him, well, maybe it'd be the horse ladies. And he said that, once he saw y'all, he could see why you said that. Then she said, hey, I need to apologize to y'all. And then she apologized Ric Flair for saying that, essentially saying that they weren't good enough to even have the legacy of the horsemen mentioned as them. They aren't good enough to be horse ladies. And Becky was like, look, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you call me. I'm going to whoop you and I'm going to take that belt from you. Then Sasha was like, whoa, no, 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 no. You got it wrong, sweetheart. I'm undefeated. Check the record. I'm undefeated since I've been here. I deserve to be here. You don't even deserve to be here. You lost. You lost several times to it. Get to the back of the line. She's like, nah, skip all that. They start hitting each other, and Charlotte is ecstatic because she calls that beef between them. Then they realize it, and then they attack Charlotte. So that was that. Then they did BK Presents Great Dogs, and this time they did a great tag team, the British Bulldogs. They highlighted them. Third match, you got Kofi Kingston with the New Day versus King Barrett with the League of Nations. And then they did a Raw recap of the New Day beating the League of Nations, two of the League of Nations, in maintaining their title and then getting jumped afterwards. And this was back and forth action with both teams, pretty much their extra members interfering. And essentially, Kofi Kingston was able to outlast the numbers game that the League of Nations was doing and was able to get a pin victory. He got a roll-up pin victory. Then they escaped out the ring. The match was a 2 out of 5. It was just an average match. They didn't do anything really spectacular. They showed Dean Ambrose again. He's sitting in the bar talking more about how he grew up. And then they did a Raw recap of Shane McMahon, Vince McMahon, The Undertaker's interaction this past Raw, where the Undertaker eventually got tired of Shane saying what he was saying. He pretty much questioned the Undertaker manhood for taking orders from Vince, and Undertaker ended up choke slamming him, and then trying to get Vince McMahon to choke slam him too. And after that, the Social Outcasts was sitting on the ring, and they said that they're going to be the first team that ever win the over the top Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania. Ooh, say that 3 times fast. And Dean Ambrose comes out, and of course the crowd go crazy because he a hometown boy. He got a kendo stick, and he whoop all of them, kick him out the ring, and he challenges Brock Lesnar to a match next Thursday on SmackDown. And the fourth and final match was Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles. Then they showed 2 weeks ago that the Raw recap of Chris Jericho attacking AJ Styles after they lost to the New Day. Then they did a Raw recap of AJ Styles coming out and attacking Y2J. So you already knew what was going to happen if AJ Styles has a match tonight. They kept overemphasizing it. I don't think that's a good idea. Back and forth action, it was pretty predictable. They both was, because they're both top talent, they was both tearing each other up. And AJ was about to get the advantage, and he's about to more than likely win the match. And of course, Chris Jericho, fireworks exploded. He comes walking out, and everybody's excited. And AJ Styles is distracted. Kevin Owens attacks him, throw him in the ropes, get that pop-up power bomb, slam him down. 1-2-3 victory. Y2J gets in the ring, put another cold break on AJ, lay him out cold. And then go, AJ Styles, AJ Styles, AJ Styles. Just keep going on him like that. So that was it. Thanks for looking at everything. Follow me on everything. Subscribe to PlayTimeCares.com. I have other things besides just wrestling on there. That way you can know, and I don't have to keep bugging folks. And hey, if you want me on something, let me know. Comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. I love it all. Playtime out.